I'm a big fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and if you've ever watched my stuff or read any of my books, I quote him a lot. I think he's one of the best teachers that we have alive at the moment, and I try and attend as many of his live workshops as possible. I do his meditations twice a day. He's a neuroscientist that's discovered an ability to time travel. If that sounds a bit weird, check out his stuff. It's all science-based and science-checked, so it's not about being airy-fairy, wearing sandals and eating lentils. It's about real science facts that's created this ability for us to understand interdimensionality, and a big part of it is forgiveness, believe it or not. And this really struck me at my last workshop with him. I was in Mallorca for 7 days, doing up to 8 hours of meditation a day with him. And I realized that my inability to forgive anybody from my past was leaking life force out of my energy stream, was taking away my ability to focus on what I wanted to create. And really starting to understand what forgiveness is the real magic. You see, when we haven't accepted ourselves, when we haven't loved ourselves, when we haven't forgiven ourselves, what we do is we project that anger, that lack of forgiveness, that resentment onto people around us. And so every time you think about somebody from your past that's upset you, it's your inability to see that person as a clear actor in your movie to help you with something. It's almost like you've got to understand that these trigger points are gifts because they tell us where the problems still lie in our perspectives. And so I was going through all the people that I had issues with, that I had my own stories about, and also realized that a lot of my stories were just my own bullshit. They were just made up ideas and stories that I'd created about people that I'd projected onto them. And every time I get upset, every time I get triggered by somebody, I lose life force, I lose focus, I lose an ability to create the world I want. And so a huge part of his teachings are the ability to forgive. And it's not always easy to forgive somebody from the same place that you got hurt from. What you have to do is have to increase your vibration, increase your energy through a process of meditation, fasting, or whatever the case is that you want to use. But once you increase your energy and your vibration, your perspective of that person changes, because you're not looking at them from here, but looking at them from here. And all of a sudden, that trigger that they had with you, what you thought that hurt you through or about, disappears. And so forgiveness has become such an incredible gift when you really start to understand how powerful it is for your ability to create your reality based on letting go of any past pains. Tony Robbins calls it unconscious blaming to conscious blaming, being a victim of your past or thanking your past. I never thought that forgiveness would be such a vital tool to creating the world I wanted. Wow. This is actually a shot in my book. I think it's shot 17 in my new book called Foresight, The Power of Forgiveness, but very much from my perspective, and really start to understand it as a conscious capitalist, how important forgiveness actually is.